Hello, welcome to my video, and here are some of the reasons why I chose a Mazda CX-5. So I want to start off with talking about why I chose Mazda, and then I'll talk about why I chose this specific model. I was looking at other brands such as Toyota, Honda, Subaru, which the car that I wanted was right there. That was a Crosstrek. But I was looking at the Crosstrek, and I was also looking at Kia and Hyundai. I personally have had a Hyundai. That was my first car, and I bought it brand new, and I am really glad that I had a chance to try out Hyundai. I think they're a reliable and great car brand, but I just wanted to try a different brand this time around. So again, why Mazda over big names such as Toyota and Honda? Well, for sure value. The interest rates that I had negotiated, I had very competitive offers from Mazda. Also just the value of what I was getting. You'll see a lot of videos talk about how sporty Mazdas drive, how stylish Mazdas are, which I'll also show in the video. The next runner-up was the Subaru, specifically the Crosstrek. And with the Subaru, like essentially it was a Crosstrek is essentially a lifted Impreza. So it's essentially a car that has higher ground clearance, at least in my opinion. And the same thing with the CX-30. I was looking at the CX-30, and CX-30 is an elevated Mazda 3. They are both great cars. They both look great, but I just needed more space. That was the need that I had. And also, if you'll be financing compact SUVs, you might get a better interest rate versus subcompact SUVs, because subcompact SUVs are pretty popular, and so the interest rates are also higher. Now, I've always wanted a black car. I've always thought black cars are super sexy and nice looking, sleek. But one of the things I learned is that black cars are probably the most expensive color to maintain. It doesn't age as well as other colored cars, and I guess it's just the tint. Like black paint lightens through the sun just like black ink. So that's just a good thing to know. You might want to take some extra care having a black car, maybe touchless car washes. You might want to do a ceramic coating. You might want to just have special wax you might put on the vehicle. So I will be doing that to take care of the car color as it ages. So I wanted to also briefly talk about like my economical choice for this. So again, interest rates for compact SUVs versus subcompact SUVs I find are more competitive. If you're checking your insurance, insurance in Canada is pretty expensive, and so Mazda, specifically the model, was rated lower than some of the other cars I was looking at, so that was also like a plus to that. Again, the space, the cargo space. So I initially looked at the Mazda CX-30, and again, it's a beautiful looking car, and but in terms of space, it was essentially a Mazda 3, an elevated Mazda 3. And so I'm just going to show you guys some of the features that the Mazda 5 has, and maybe point out the features that the Mazda 5 had, or the Mazda CX-5 had over the CX-30. Okay, so let's take a look. LED headlights, that was a plus with Mazda. LED headlights, that was really nice, and it's just so beautiful. I just can't stop looking at it. The packages that I was looking at with the Mazda CX-30 versus the CX-5, the CX CX-5 that I was looking at had 17-inch wheels, while the CX-30 had 18. Now, the reason why I chose, actually I preferred 17-inch wheels, just overall being able to find lower costs in a 17-inch wheel, and also for winter purposes. The smaller the tire is, the easier it is with driving in the winter. And so the 18s and 19s, they have good traction for dry driving, but for more winter driving, you might want to stick to a 17 or 16. And that, again, that was just based on a video that I had watched, which I'll put the link up in. There's keyless proximity entry, which I found was really nice, and that the CX-30 also has that. The power lift gate, that was super nice that not all other brands had that, so that was a neat feature. One thing I really do love about the way that this is designed is that there's a cargo light up here, so you can see what's down there, which I already have a lot of stuff. But just putting down the folding seats, I didn't have to move to the side. I could just fold them here at the back, and it automatically falls down. And I also have a choice to do just the middle side as well. So that was that stood out. I love the 90-degree door opening. That was really nice. Nice thing about the seats is you can recline them a bit, not too much, just a bit. Another neat feature was the charging ports, and on the Mazda CX-5, yeah, the Mazda CX-30 did not have that, so that was a big plus for me. They are leatherette synthetic suede seats. The CX-30 has just leatherette. Personally, I wanted to have, just because I know leatherettes can get sticky, especially when it's hot. It's nice to have the suede, and also it warms up nicely, especially with our winters here in Canada. Neat feature too was the rear passenger vents. Again, the CX-30 has that. The weird thing was the CX-30 didn't have a little pocket on the driver's side, versus the CX-5 has it on both sides. So I thought that was, again, small things that I can appreciate. The CX-5 has a beautiful interior. And another feature that I liked that the CX-5 had was that we had this option and a touchscreen option. With the CX-30, you do not have a touchscreen option. And things to note: Android Auto does not. The touchscreen doesn't work while it's on Android Auto, so that's just something to note. Again, very sleek styling, plush finishing. And I got the comfort package with a moonroof, sunroof, whatever you call it. And it is all-wheel drive. And if there's something that I had learned with all-wheel drive is, especially if you're living in a colder country, where there's a lot of snow, tends to be slippery, all-wheel drive can come in handy, but just remember that it's just as important as having good winter tires. So you can see the all-wheel drive badge right over there. I just wanted to show you what the camera looked like. It doesn't have any parking sensors, at least for the trim that I got. Yeah, just giving you a little view of that while I park. Very unsafe. This is how the dashboard looks like. And I really like this specific screen because it shows me when I'm touching either side of the lane, or if I have a car in front of me. And with newer cars, they have the radar cruise control, which is super super cool. It's a game changer. Basically, it's like cruise control that's smarter. So those were like just main things that I wanted to share with everyone. Oh, the light's gone. Anyways, again, like when you're car shopping, list down like 5 items that you really want in a car. And while you shop around, things might change as you're doing so, just because you might learn features, value while you're shopping around. It's always good to shop around. And again, I chose a new car over a used car. Economically, it just worked out better for me. I mean, like, where can you get a loan for? The loan I got was a pretty good deal. So, again, it's up to everyone else's choice on what fits them. Also, for insurance purposes, some insurance companies have a 5-year replacement type of feature where if you get into an accident, hopefully not, they replace the value not based on the fair market value of the current car, but like the actual model of the car, the fair market value of a brand new version of that car. So that was another reason why I went with a brand new model. And yeah, I personally wanted all-wheel drive because I live in a colder area, and that was just more for safety. Wanted higher ground clearance. That's something that I really wanted, and something that, like, just because I spend a lot of time in my car, I wanted to make sure that it drove nicely, that I felt cozy in it, and the Mazda CX-5 pretty much hit all those checkpoints.